Hi, I'm Brett, and I'm back on the channel because it's a Scotch episode.
We're going to talk about these 3 Compass Box Scotches.
Stay tuned after the break to find out more.
So this is a nice little 3-pack of 50 mils. So in addition to being our Scotch guy, Brett is also our minis guy.
Ta-da!
Which it always kind of works out that way.
It's just kind of how it happens. I don't mind it. I like Scotch, and I like trying things that I don't have to have a whole bottle for.
Scotch is way better at that than bourbon.
Yeah.
Kentucky distillers get on that.
But we've done, what were the ones from Total Wine? The minis.
Grangestone.
Grangestone.
And you were also on the Johnny Walker video.
Mini bottles of Scotch.
We've got 3 Scotches in this list. We'll actually kind of open them up here.
Sure.
Talk about it. Cute little presentation here. I like it.
3 blends, limitless deliciousness. I'll do go in the order that we're going to be trying them. Orchard House, Hedonism.
Tough to see, I think, what they look like.
Glasgow Blend.
Put the other one on your hat, Bill.
We just put them, wear them around his ears. Oh boy.
So the Glasgow Blend says it's sherry aging and smoke combined to thrilling effect in this bold old school Scotch. It is 43% alcohol by volume. Orchard House, this fragrant, sweet, and balanced whiskey has been aged in a variety of oak casks sourced by us. We had this for 12 days 2 years ago, and we did a short. It'll be interesting to look back and see like how we compare our tasting notes now versus that short.
Yeah.
But this is 92 proof or 46% alcohol by volume. And then Hedonism, brimming with notes of vanilla, cream, and coconut, our most elegantly indulgent whiskey. That is also 86 proof. So generally the rule of thumb that we follow on this channel is proof steps up as we go. But with these really only being 6 proof, we're going to go a different direction here. And we're going to go kind of off these tasting notes. We're going to go Orchard Box first, Orchard House. Compass Box, Orchard House.
Compass House, Orchard Box.
Basically what I just said. I think we agreed on Hedonism because the notes of vanilla, cream, and coconut sound less rich than sherry aging and smoke.
Smoke going last, I think.
Yeah.
You don't want to blow out the palate.
Yeah, I think, especially in Scotch, you want to probably go most peaty last. Compass Box has won quite a few awards. You know, I think generally people, when they want Scotch, they want single malts, and this is a blended Scotch product. I think a good comp in bourbon would be Old Carter. So they've won a bunch of awards. They've gotten a lot of recognition, which is different, I think, for a blended Scotch to get some of those awards, and I think they're kind of shaking up the industry. This box I think I bought last year at Benrinnes Liquors in New Jersey has a bunch of like Scotch minis and stuff. So if you want to try this, I think this pack was $30. I think it's well worth grabbing if you're at all curious. So you want to try the first one? We got Orchard House.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice.
A lot of pear on the front.
This is like almost canned pears, like it's sweet, like almost syrupy.
I could get fruit cocktail. Yeah. A little bit of like peaches.
Yeah. I'm getting like a little bit of like whipped cream with on top of the fruit cocktail.
A whipped cream topped fruit cocktail is probably the note here. There's a little bit of cherry.
Peach, a little pear.
Yeah, a little peach, a little pear, something like that. You know what? I think it's time to try it.
Yeah, let's drink it.
Cheers.
Cheers again.
Always cheers. It's not as fruity on the palate. Brown sugar and leather and oak and kind of all mixed together. It makes me wonder what the blend for this is because it tastes pretty distinctly Highland.
Yeah.
Because I always get that kind of like leather, brown sugar, oak, caramel kind of thing on Highland Scotch.
Yeah.
I don't know what part of the process causes that, but it's pretty all across the region for me.
It packs a little bit more of a punch than I was expecting in terms of just like mouthfeel and proof. Really impressing me. And I've had it before and I know that it's good, but like it's impressing me again right now.
Right. We kind of know what to expect from it, and it's still pretty decent, which I really enjoy. That last sip was just the faintest bit smoky, but I don't think that I would consider this smoky or peaty.
No, it's not smoky, it's not peaty, but like a very light touch of it. Sweetness, even from the nose coming through, like the creaminess, like the whipped cream is still kind of there. But yeah, leather, caramel, delicious.
I think like maybe a lightly smoked peach tart. The finish is peaches and leather for me. I really enjoy it.
It's a really good Scotch.
Yeah.
Like, especially for like blended products. That's something you typically find, especially in Scotch. It's like blended products aren't something you're typically seeing as like, these are the ones you want to go after. These are the really good products. So to see something coming out of Compass Box that is a blended product that is standing up against like single malts is really cool to see.
Yeah, I agree. Want to move on to the next one?
Yes, we shall.
So we're doing
Hedonism.
This one's a little bit darker.
It is darker. Cheers, nose.
Give it a sniffer.
A nosing cheers.
I agree with the notes of cream and coconut. This actually smells like bourbon. Like it smells like it could be like a Cooper's Craft.
They're right about the vanilla and cream.
I'm gonna make a bold statement. This might be the best nose of Scotch I've ever had.
Interesting.
Like it's definitely vanilla and coconut. You know, like I'm getting those notes, but then it's like leather and oak and just a hint of fruity too. I think there's maybe like a little bit of like cherry cordial underneath there.
I'm not actually getting as much on the nose.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe my nose is just worn out. I don't know. Smelling too much whiskey.
Rock Hill Farms, that's what it is.
Mm.
Like I get a lot of creamy notes off Rock Hill Farms, but it reminds me of that.
Yeah, I'm only getting like a doctor's office, like medicinal. It's weird.
Interesting. I don't get any medicinal off this.
It's not like it's like the sanitized like.
Yeah, well, I would still consider that medicinal. Yeah, and I don't get any of that.
Well, I feel like for medicinal for me, I would more like cough syrup, something you ingest.
Okay.
But then like this is like it smells sanitary. Yeah, if that makes sense. But I mean, I do get some vanilla.
Can I give her a taste?
Yeah, let's give it a taste.
Cheers. Yeah, definitely still coconut and cream, vanilla.
Much more coconutty for me now.
Yeah.
That like medical thing is completely gone. The palate's very different. Yeah, it's like coconut cream, maybe even a little chocolatey. Thinking like a milk chocolate coconut cream egg.
Cadbury eggs,
kind
baby.
Of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, this is pleasant. It has flavor, but it doesn't have depth. It's not that it's like consistency-wise flat, but it's like flavor-wise very forward and then nothing underneath.
It's all kind of on the front end. There's nothing like comes up later as the palate goes on for a bit.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's creamy on the finish, but nothing really else. Like light, even though I'm not sure light is the right word.
Right.
Because it definitely has a finish. It's just a delicate finish it's not doing it for me.
It's tasty. I think this tastes pretty good. The balance of nose, palate, finish might not be there, but I think flavor-wise, there's definitely some good stuff going on.
I guess what I'm saying, I think the Orchard House had a depth to it, and this does not. And it makes me wonder, right? I am a proof guy. You know, we talk about this all the time, but I wonder if this at 92 proof would have that depth.
Gotcha. Yeah, we can do that at the end. Now, if we want to, we'll get into.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that. So, want to get into the Glasgow.
There's a horse. The traffic code on it. Is that a Glasgow thing?
I know literally nothing about Glasgow, but I wonder if there's maybe a statue of a horse that's prominent in Glasgow.
Could be.
If anyone knows, please drop that in the comments.
You also?
Thank you, sir. It's a little bit darker in color than the other two.
What does it smell like? Let's
find out. Let's find out. Smells like Scotch.
Smells like Islay Scotch.
May I disagree with you?
Yeah.
I think it smells like a Johnny Walker, like a gold with some apples, a little bit of vanilla, and like a load of smoke. Because if I remember right, the gold was the smokiest of the Johnny Walkers, right?
I don't know. I'd have to rewatch our video.
I'd have to.
If you want to know, you can go find out right now. We did a whole lineup.
Yep, we did the whole Johnny Walker lineup in minis, and it was a fun time.
It smells peaty. Is more what I'm getting at, which doesn't necessarily have to be Islay.
Smoked apples.
Yeah.
With a little bit of and I'm pretty sure it said smoked peaches on the last one, but like this has smoked apples to it.
A little bit of spice in there too. So going for like a smoked apple tart instead of a smoked peach tart.
Apple turnover.
Yeah.
We'll keep separate pastries. Want to try it?
Sure, it can be a turnover, I guess. It's all the same thing. Yeah, let's try it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, so this is much more peated on the palate.
Tastes like jalapenos.
That's his typical Islay note.
Yeah, the smokiness The peatiness tends to have like just a little bit of like pepper, like jalapeno pepper, like the brightness of
Yeah.
that.
That was from our Lagavulin charred oak versus Ardbeg Scorch, right? That we talked about the jalapeno. I mean, I know it's a note that you've had for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you don't like peated Scotch, don't go for this. It's very peaty, and it's not a whole lot else on the palate.
It's not overly peaty.
There's nothing that distracts you from it. Like, this is purely, like, and it's not like a depth of smoke.
Yeah.
But there's nothing else to, like, bring that around and, like, oh, there's some apples. Oh, there's some vanilla. Or, you know, some, like, deep caramel. It's like, this is charred.
Like, peat is kind of the only flavor, but it's not in your face peat. It's like, it's just there. And that's the only thing. It's overpowering everything else in terms of peat, but the peat itself, to me, is not overpowering. Like, if there was more going on in this proof, like maybe if there's more proof, maybe there's more going on.
Yeah.
According to Jon. I like peatiness, so I enjoy this as just peat, and that's fine. Depending on price point of where this would be, it's not something that I'd be like looking for. For me, I have Lagavulin Distiller's Edition. I have some of those charred oak, Nick Offerman Lagavulins, other peated Scotch, some Ardbeg. Those have some more depth of flavors.
I agree with you. I don't think it's bad. All right, so let's talk about them.
Yeah.
Which was your favorite?
I think my favorite was actually the Hedonism. I liked the like more coconut vibe that you don't normally get off of Scotch. That like kind of creaminess and like some chocolatiness that you like is not typically found in Scotch. The Orchard House is very good, but I think for me the Hedonism stood out as something that like I enjoyed that I wasn't expecting to enjoy. So I think that's why of the three, I would like to have more of that one if of any of them.
I think I like the Orchard House just like a quarter of a point more than the Hedonism, and I think that stems on the finish. Like there was all but no finish to the Hedonism, and the Compass Box had a nice like bright finish.
Yeah.
With like some apples, citrus, peaches, wood, smoke. Glasgow. What are your thoughts?
Do we check the price on this one?
I have it up right now, actually.
All right. Tell me.
$40.
Not awful.
I'd buy it for $40.
Yeah, I think this is a very approachable like entryway into Islay Scotch. Don't hear what I'm not saying. It's a very basic like peatiness, and that doesn't necessarily have to be Islay Scotch. But if you're an entryway into peated Scotches, if you're looking to just like know what peated Scotch tastes like, it is just peat pretty much on the palate, but it's not aggressive, it's not off-putting, and it's not super malty. So that's why I think it's kind of like an entry level at $40 into something that's peated.
Yeah, the $40 price range, I think you're right. I think when you said an intro into Islay, I think
that was incorrect.
Right.
Peated is what I mean to me. Islay and peat are like synonymous, and I need to separate that in my head.
So I think this is on par price-wise with the Johnnie Walker Double Black, and I would take this over Double Black. The Orchard House is $40 to $60, depending on where you got it. We saw it for many different places. Seems like the Glasgow is 40-ish, bunch of different places. Caskers has it for like 42. The Hedonism is 100 plus, and at that price, I don't know that I like it that much.
Hedonism's different enough from Orchard House that I wouldn't mind having a bottle of it, but for 100 plus, probably going to stay away from it.
I gotta be honest, for the price that Hedonism is, I would buy a bottle of Johnnie Walker Gold at 80, I think 80, something like that, and I would not look back.
Yeah.
I don't think Hedonism is good enough for me to pony up the extra pass like a Johnnie Walker Gold when I think they're very similar experiences.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's fair. Fair assessment.
So, but this box, I mean, this little tiny box, I think was $30. So if you find the ability to get one of these sample kits, get the box by all means, please. I would be interested in more Compass Box offerings based on these.
Yeah. Compass Box is a really cool blending company.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun what they're putting out, and hopefully they have some more offerings in the future. See what they look like.
Drop some comments. Comment if you've had any of these and if you like them. If you had the little box, or if you want to try and find it, maybe we can help you out in trying to find these. If you have other scotches that you would like us to review or to talk about or something to that effect, awesome. If you have other content you want us to make, drop that below and we'll see if we can make that happen. If you like this content, check out our other videos. Please like and comment on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And what should they do, Brett?
I think they should join us in drinking like a gentleman. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, I think I am Orchard Box by like a quarter of a
Orchard
point.
House.
Yeah, you're right. Orchard House, not Orchard Box.
It's Compass Box.
It's Compass Box Orchard House.
Aha.
I did it right that time.